Tuesday, welcome to my channel. I hope that you've all had a wonderful week so far. I know it's only been one day, but I'm wishing you happy vibes. I hope you're all doing good. So, for today we are working on another apartment in San Myshuno, of course, which comes with the City Living expansion pack, and we are working on an apartment for a single dad and 8 daughters. Now, I absolutely love doing these apartments. I know I did change it up a little bit last week, and I know you guys did really like it, but I thought for today we'd do our usual, but I did change the floor plan up quite a little bit, so I'm still kind of with the new theme, but I also just really love doing these particular storylines, so that is what we're doing for today. So we are living in a 19 Culpeper house, which you guys know is my favourite. You know I love living in the Culpepers. I just think they're a really nice size. They're not too big, they're not too small. You can kind of fit in a big family here without it being like too big or too small. I just think it's a really nice size, so I did go for this for today, and I really like it, so I really hope you enjoy it. Like I said, we do have 8 daughters, so we have 1 teenager, we have 5 children, we've got 1 toddler and 1 infant, which is crazy, of course, which is a lot of work, and I just really enjoyed building this. I think sometimes, like I said in many of my speed builds, there are some builds that you just really enjoy making, others you're like, I don't not like it, but it's not as fun. Whereas these particular apartments are some of my favourites, and I know you guys really like them as well, so it makes me happy to make them because I know that you like them, if that makes sense. So that is what we are working on for now. So a little bit of the backstory. I was kind of imagining that maybe the dad was a builder. I know technically that's not a career in The Sims, but I was kind of imagining that maybe that is what he did as a job. He makes houses. I was kind of thinking that the 6 older children were with the same woman, and perhaps she was an architect. That's how they met, and maybe they designed this apartment block that they live in. Maybe they are the Culpepers, and then the 2 younger children are with another woman, but they are no longer together. So I kind of felt like perhaps when he was young, he married quite young, and he thought that she was the love of his life, and then as they grew up a bit, they kind of fell out of love after, say, like 5 years, maybe a bit longer. So the girls are, one is like 14, 15 perhaps, and the others are like, I don't know, 9 maybe. So that is the older children, and then the younger ones, I kind of felt like something tragic happened to their mum. Maybe she got unwell and passed, or something not so pleasant. So that is the storyline. So he is a single father now. The older girls do still see their mother, of course, but I feel like she is less involved than the dad is, and he is very hands-on with all of the girls. And can you imagine having that many daughters? But I do think the older kids do help out with the little ones, but I did get the vibe that the teenager was a little bit of a handful. Usually in my storylines, the teenagers are kind of like the third parent, which isn't necessarily fair if it was real life, but it is a game, so it doesn't really matter. But this particular teenager I kind of felt like was a little bit of a handful, and she doesn't really like living here, and she wants her own freedom, even though she is only like 14, 15, but that was the vibe I got of her. So she does share a room with her 5 younger sisters, so I mean, can you really blame her? Now thinking about it, it's not, is it? Is it 5? Yes, there are 5. My maths brain wasn't braining. So she does have a bed underneath her sister's bunk bed, so she isn't best pleased with that, and I kind of felt like she was a bit remorseful to the dad because she doesn't really want to live in that situation. Also, how kind of creepy but cute is that chair? It's got a freezer bunny face on it, which I hadn't noticed until now. I didn't decide to keep it because it was a little bit freaky, and I thought if there were little kids it would be a bit scary, so me at the young old age of 25 being creeped out by it. But I did feel like it was a little bit much, so I did go for this kind of like a floral pattern instead, which was a lot nicer. So we do end up having quite a big dining space as well, because I know I always get comments of people like, where are they going to eat their food? And I'm like, it's a game. But I did go for a dining space as well, so that is the layout, which is a little bit different than my usual, which I quite liked. I did go for like a big open space for the dining area. We've got a lounge, of course, we do have a kitchen as well, so considering it is an apartment, we do have everything that a house would have, which I quite like. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this space, but it is quite a big space for an apartment, which I really like, so I hope you guys like it too. I will be uploading it, and I was gonna do my like daily checklist. Did I include everything? No, I did not. I forgot the alarms on the wall. I didn't include a washing machine or dryer for this particular apartment. I don't know why, I just didn't really think about it. There wasn't really a designated space that felt like it fit it properly. I suppose you could put it in the kitchen. The bathroom's too small to include it, so you could put it in the kitchen. But anyway, so we do have 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, which of course isn't ideal. It'd be great to have another bathroom. If you really wanted to, you could delete the toddler's room and turn it into a second bathroom. I was originally going to do that, but I did decide to include another bedroom, so that is why we have the extra room. But I really like this room. This is the main bedroom. This is what I was talking about. This is the teenage girls section that she's not too happy about sharing with her sister. But I really like this space. I really love doing apartments with like a gaming section with like a feature wall, and I really like these light strips. I think they're from Spa Day, but I could be wrong. So I try to include that as much as possible, and you guys seem to really like it as well, so I thought I'd do it again for today. And this little rocket ship, I don't know why, but it gives me such a nostalgic feeling. It's got My Sims characters in the middle, and it just reminds me of playing DS. When I was about 7, I had My Sims Racing, and I loved it, and My Sims Agents as well, but I wasn't very good at that, and I lost all my progress on that game once, and I cried, and I was so upset. I was about 7, I think. But yeah, I shortly moved on to Sims 2, but when I was younger it was definitely My Sims on DS. I absolutely loved playing those games. And there was another one as well. Was it Agents? I can't remember, but if you guys remember, there was a character called Thief V, and I could not get past that level ever. And I did find it a bit scary as well, because you had to kind of like sneak behind this character and he couldn't see you, he wasn't allowed to see you, otherwise it was like the task was over. But yeah, that was my childhood, was My Sims, and I don't play it anymore. I still got my DS. My pink DS was my life when I was a kid. It was the only thing that was like technology based that I played on. Of course we had computers, but I didn't have my own personal computer as like a little kid, and iPads weren't a thing, iPhones weren't a thing, which I think is quite nice. It was much nicer growing up in a generation without loads of technology, but I definitely loved my DS. That was like my one tech thing that was mine. And me and my cousin used to play on DS all the time, but Sims was definitely one of my favourites, and Mario of course, because who doesn't love Mario? But then when I was 8 years old, one of my friends introduced me to Sims 2 and I was hooked. So I have been playing Sims for 17 years this year, which is crazy. I started when I was 8, I'm 25, so mad. And it's still my favourite game ever. Of course, when I was 8, I didn't play it as religiously as I do now, but I still loved it. I've always loved Sims, and I don't know, I just love it. So moving on, we finished up in the girls' room, and now moving on to the toddler's room. Like I said, we do have a toddler and an infant, and the infant does share a bedroom with the dad, but the toddler has her own room in here, and I think it turned out really cute considering it's such a small space. I do really enjoy it. It's kind of annoying that it is quite small, but I think it still looks cute, and I hope you guys like it too. I wasn't really sure on the sort of like wall decor that I really wanted, but I think it turned out nice, so do let me know what you guys think. But yeah, I just think it's really nice, but it is kind of annoying that we don't have any windows, so that's a bit of a downfall, but it's fine, we'll get over it. But now we are just moving forward to the bathroom. Like I said, there is only one bathroom, which is kind of annoying, but we'll get over it. We do have one bathroom and 3 bedrooms for this particular family. Can you imagine though, having 9 people living in this apartment? 8 children and 1 adult and 1 bathroom. Oh my goodness, no wonder the teenager's a bit resentful. But I think it turned out nice, and I really love this mirror. It's from the new Businesses and Hobbies expansion. Highly recommend. That pack is brilliant. I absolutely love it. I think that it's just gorgeous. But yes, anyway, I am going to end the voiceover in a moment, guys. I really appreciate all of your love and support lately. I know you guys really like the change, but some of you weren't so keen on it either, but that's totally fine. You know, we're gonna have different opinions. But today we are back to a regular build. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know if you'd prefer something different for tomorrow, or you'd like a similar sort of, you know, single parent theme. Do let me know. But yes, I appreciate you all so very much. I wish you all the most wonderful day. I will be back tomorrow with another speed build, but in the meantime, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, share it with a friend, turn on the notification bell. It really helps me out. I really appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another speed build. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.
We're just friends, but thinking you're my man. And baby, if you knew, hey, I say I'm doing all